Hi guys, this is Ben Tapuai and this is the final whistle.
Hello and welcome back to the Final Whistle, brought to you by the Rugby Connection podcast. Well, our next guest, I called him a Globetrotter because he won the Super Rugby title with the Reds, he moved to the Western Force, he then came over to the Premiership in Bath, Quins, he's now over in South Africa with the Sharks, and there's rumours that he's going to France in Bordeaux. And in all of that, he's won the Super Rugby title, Premiership title, he's been capped by the Wallabies, he's represented the Barbarians, and he's still going strong. It's Ben Tapuai. Ben, thank you so much for coming on. How are you getting on, mate?
Cheers, mate. I've kind of forgotten a lot of those clubs that you've mentioned, so it's actually quite. No, you're right. No, I've been awesome. Just chilling here in Durban in South Africa in a nice. I think it's about 25 degrees. It's what they call a nice winter over here. So just enjoying a bit of alone time while the family's out a bit.
Yeah, that's exactly the perfect time for us to do it because the family's out as well. So all good.
Love it. Perfect.
First question, we ask all our guests this just to get the ball rolling. What actually got you into rugby in the first place?
It's just probably so I come from I was raised in Australia, but my parents are Samoan, so rugby in Samoa is probably like the number one sport over there and has been for ages. So it's probably just passed down from family, but rugby wasn't so popular in Australia when I was born. When I was raised, it was more kind of like Aussie rules and cricket. But yeah, my family was just passionate about rugby. We come from like I said, we come from a little small island of Samoa. So whenever Samoa are represented, that's where my family kind of come to life in just being about just being passionate just about who they are and where we come from. So I played just junior rugby, just like I guess like everyone in Melbourne. In Melbourne, Australia, I played for a club called Box Hill Rugby Club, and that's where kind of everything just kind of started for me. Just kind of being a young, passionate kid that just loved rugby.
I love that. Obviously, when you moved across here, you weren't allowed to play for Australia after coming across here just because of the rules. And because of the new rules that say you could change if your parents are born from a country or you're born from a
country. Yeah.
Are you interested in playing for Samoa for the World Cup?
Yeah, I think if the opportunity came, one, I'll have to ask my wife. Because I've got two young kids, so I can, living life on the road is tough, especially for two young kids under 3. So I'll have to get her permission. But if the opportunity came down, come knocking, I'll seriously consider it. Because it's not every year, it's not every time that you get to kind of have an opportunity to play in a World Cup, especially because it's a World Cup year. But yeah, I'll definitely consider it if the opportunity came knocking.
Oh, come on, get the man on the phone because that would be great. I said in the introduction that you've played at all these clubs and all these leagues. What's the biggest difference that you've found playing in Super Rugby compared to the Premiership, compared to the URC?
Yeah. So I guess when I guess look, rugby's changed over the years, I think, but I think probably the biggest thing for me was Super Rugby was very much attack focused. You just kind of you kind of play that jouet barbarian style football, but only because where I played at the Reds, it's a bit like Durban. The weather kind of made you allow you to do that, but as soon as you kind of move to what I learned is when I moved to Bath and Harlequins, and you still try and play that that type of rugby, it could cost you, if that makes sense, because the weather doesn't allow you to do that. So you just have to find kind of different ways to try and win. And with rugby in the Northern Hemisphere, obviously the months from, I'd say, November to February, March, it would be a completely different game to how you started off the season in September. Yeah. So it's just adapting and finding new ways of how to play rugby and how to win, basically. That's the biggest lessons I learned over the years from moving from Australia to the UK. And I'm kind of it's kind of different here in Durban. I'd say it's a lot, man. Some big boys in South Africa. I say you have to. A lot of the boys just love to run through brick walls and whatnot, but there's also an influence of trying to play smart rugby as well. So it's just finding the balance. I think that's probably the main thing. What you have to try and learn over the years, I guess. Yeah, or what I've learned.
So Super Rugby's all attack, Premiership's tactical, and URC's kind of like that in the middle.
Yeah,
you.
Basically, yeah.
I've got a tough one for you, and it's just a bit of fun. So you've won a Super Rugby title with the Reds, and you've won a Premiership title with Quins.
Yeah.
Which one would you keep? You have to sacrifice one. One didn't happen. If you keep your Premiership, you're not a Super Rugby champion. If you keep your Super Rugby title, you never won the Prem.
No, you can't do that to me. Oh gosh, I can't answer that. I can't answer that. That is, and I'll tell you why. Because in 2011, I loved it because it was obviously I was 21 or 22, and the guys that I played with, I pretty much, I would say like 20 out of the 22 that night. I think like maybe 18 of us came through the school ranks, so we all knew each other really well. But the bad thing is that I don't remember much of the night afterwards because I partied too hard. So when I had the opportunity, when we won it at Harlequin, I made sure I remembered every moment after that, and it was awesome. But yeah, I can't chop one, mate.
Oh, I always like to try and catch people off with that one.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
There's another one I do like. What's the best club you've ever played for? And then you kind of pick.
Oh yeah. Jeez, that would be a tough one as well. And I've been to a few.
I think guests have cheated, so they'll pick like the weather from Queensland, the stadium of Quins. Yeah, and then kind of all incorporate it. So you could do it like that if you wanted. You could have like the players of the Sharks at the Stoop with Queensland weather in the fourth jerseys.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a hell of a. Yeah, Jesus, I wouldn't know. I would be so lost.
So good. So obviously Cam is a big Sharks fan, and he has chucked in a few questions. So he's asked, from the whole Sharks squad, who's the strongest, who's the funniest, and who's the fastest?
Okay, who's the strongest? It would probably one of the front rows. So it would be. I actually don't know but it would be. It would be definitely like Ox, Bongi, or even like, Thomas, Detroit. One of those three.
Not even?
What's that?
Not even like even Etzebeth?
To be honest, actually we don't do when we gym, backs and forwards we go separately.
All right.
So I actually don't know who, but I'm just assuming just on body size.
Fair enough.
One of those three. Maybe even Evan would be up there, but I wouldn't even know because he's a big human being. So
who's the strongest back then?
The strongest back will probably be Yeah, probably Varys. Varys is up there in terms of like strength wise.
You could have picked yourself if you wanted.
But no, I'm definitely not the strongest. I'm definitely not the strongest.
Who's the funniest out of the Sharks squad then?
There's a couple of jokers in the side. Varys is one of them. He's a joker. Thea and Ox like a bit of banter as well. Especially Ox, who is arguably the shortest in the squad. And the fastest, I would say, it would have to be between Mapimpi and Grant Williams.
Who would you think would win in a race? Flat out 100 meters.
Oh, I would only back Mapimpi just because he's a winger, but I mean, it will be a very close. It will be a very close finish.
Fair enough.
Close finish.
Close
finish. Yeah.
So Cam's also asked, you can take this however you want. He said, when you stand next to Eben, does it make you feel insufficient?
I feel like a little peanut.
Fair enough.
He is a very big human being. No, he's massive. And I think I don't know who we played at home, but we had to do a minute silence, and it just happened to be him right next to me, and that was the first time I actually realized, holy Pajul, this guy is massive, because I think I just passed his hip bone. So yeah, he's huge. I do feel very small so that's why I don't hang around him much.
That's fair.
It makes me feel very small. No.
That's a smart move. Is he a gentle giant though?
He is a very gentle giant. He doesn't say much around the stuff. Like he's obviously got in terms of like leadership and rugby wise, he's got a very big influence. Everyone gets confidence when he's around. So a lot of boys do feed off that. But just in terms of like just general, he's just easygoing guy, gentle giant.
Fair enough.
Talks about whatever. Yeah.
Good. So, who is your dream centre partner? So you've got you and the inside centre. You can pick anyone, past and present, to be your outside centre.
It would have to be someone that has to cover all my mistakes that I make.
It's not many.
Past and present. That I played with or played against?
Just anyone in world rugby, past and present.
A dream partnership that I'll love to, and he's also top, would be Martin Ono.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be sick. I love that.
Because I've played against him through club rugby. Like when I was at Bath, he played at Toulon, and I honestly felt like a little fangirl when I was playing against him, just because of obviously who he is, and but he was a big like one of the big idols of world rugby. So yeah, I've played against him, but I'd love to put on a jersey with him. And obviously he's, I don't know, it's probably not likely, but he's still playing in America. But yeah, that would be my dream centre partner.
We'll put that from the past. Who's your present day modern outside centre that you'd like to play with?
Oh gosh, man! So I've been lucky. I've been so lucky. Like even when I was at the Reds, I had Anthony Fainga.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Bath, I had Jonathan Joseph. And then when I went to Quins, it was like Joe Marchant. So it was like I had. That's a tough one. And even now, I've got Lucanio arm. I'll say Lucanio.
Fair enough. I was going to say
every team I've been to, I've just been blessed with.
You've been very fortunate.
Yeah, very fortunate the backline that I've been put in.
Love that. Got some fan questions as well for you today.
Perfect.
So Joseph Durrell has asked, do you miss the Quins?
Yeah, I do miss Quins. I do miss Quins very, very much so. I still keep in contact with a lot of the guys. We've got this. We played a dice game. I don't know if have you played. It's called Perudo.
No, I've not played it. But
okay, so it's called Liar's Dice. So it's just basically a game that I learned when I was at the Reds, and then I brought it to Quins, and then it kind of it was just a cool thing to do when you're on the bus.
Yeah.
Going down, and then we made a group just to say, boys, we're going to play Perudo after lunch or after dinner and blah, blah, blah. And then, that kind of got the thing going. And then obviously when we won it, everyone became so much more closer after that. So it was actually quite a cool coincidence that we got to play them in the Champions Cup, because when I went back to London, I had an awesome, a warm welcoming, even from the crowd at the Stoop, which was pretty cool. And I saw everyone pretty much after the game. It was cool to see some of the staff that I hadn't seen in a couple of years and all that stuff. So, I do miss Quins very much.
Good. I mean, it's always nice when you get a warm welcome from your former clubs and there's no hostility there. I think that's why rugby is the best as well.
100%.
Everyone's just so welcoming, and they understand that people move and then they'll come back. Yeah.
No, 100%. No, 100%. I think that's and Quins fans are awesome as well. I do miss the Stoop, especially a sold out Stoop. And even the boys, when we played Harlequins, they've obviously got that song that they play, and a few of the boys are like, "Man, what's that song?" And I was just like, "Oh, it's always been here." And they're like, that actually got me going when the crowd started singing. I was just like, "Yeah, it is pretty special."
Love that. And my co-host Harv will be happy to hear that because he's a Quins fan, funnily enough. So
I see.
There you go.
Perfect.
So you're picking everyone's boxes today.
Perfect.
2011 Darrow has asked, have you tried Durban bunny chow yet?
I have done a bunny chow.
Yeah.
So it's basically, do you know what that is?
No, I wasn't actually going to write. I thought it was like a dirty question, and I had to Google it.
No. No. So a bunny chow is like a curry. So it's a big loaf of bread.
Okay.
And in the mid you take out the middle of it. Right. And in the middle of that, it's like curry. So like all the curry is just, I mean, it's not good for. It's basically a big heart attack. So it's like, but it's nice. It's awesome. Like you wouldn't have it every day. You just have it like once in a blue moon. But in Durban, it's very popular because I could be wrong here, but it's very big Indian kind of society here. So the Durban curries are very popular, or the curries in Durban are very popular. So the bunny chow is a thing that you just have to try when you're in Durban. Nice. Not so much in like Cape Town and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just particularly in Durban.
Fair enough. It sounds quite nice actually. I need to try it once in a lifetime.
No, it's nice. It's not like they know how to make curries in Durban.
Good.
That's one thing for sure. Yeah.
Ross Lewis has asked, what is your favourite South African slang word and your favourite South African food?
My slang word. So there's obviously a few languages in South Africa. So in the Afrikaans, just because a few boys say "but," so "but" is like saying "bro."
Yeah.
And in the Zulu and the Xhosa languages, a lot of people, they call each other, they say Bafo. So Bafo is like another version of like brother, but it's like a more meaningful way, if that makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I just pick up on these things and then I just call them by it as well, just to make them laugh and all that stuff. So like those are the little slangs that I that I kind of use just around the boys or around the change rooms. And the South African food. So there's what they call a boiki. So it's like this slow cooked, and you can have like oxtail or lamb, but it's this slow cooked oxtail lamb with veggies and like almost like a stew soup, and it's like it cooks over like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. So you just kind of make a day out of it.
Nice.
South Africans love a braai or a barbecue. They do that.
I've learned that
almost every day. Almost every day. And especially like, I'll turn the camera, like, especially with a day like that, you can everyone just, what are you going to do this afternoon? If you got, cool, just a braai. And then everyone and honestly, they just make it up like that. If it's like 11 o'clock, what are you doing this afternoon? We're braai. Perfect. I'll come over.
So what's your ideal thing on the braai then?
I understand that you don't braai chickens.
Okay.
Just meat, just steaks. Anything red meat, they just braai.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and geez, yeah, it's crazy how much they do it. That's why I'm like, anyone in the team, there's at least 2, 3, 4 people are braaiing every day.
Yeah. No,
it's just the culture here.
Yeah,
it's just the culture here.
I've had to learn
I love it.
a fair bit about braai just from the South African guests we've had on.
Even though it's crazy,
there's always they always talk about having a braai, and I'm like, I don't think you could have one in Edinburgh. It's not that warm, but
yeah, and it'll be tough. Like if you talk to especially the South Africans in Edinburgh, like, because every South African that moves abroad, that's the first thing that they'll probably purchase is a braai, and not a gas braai either. They do like coal or like there's certain or wood braai wood. Like there's just certain ways to do things.
Traditional, I love it.
Yeah.
Grover_D has asked, egg and bacon panini or a flat white from Tiki Tonga? I feel that's very specific to you.
It is, because I order them both. No, I love my bacon egg panini from Tiki Tonga.
Fair enough.
Love it.
Now,
I also love a flat white too.
You could have one. If you're in a rush, you can only get one.
Okay, no, I'll definitely go the egg and bacon panini.
Fair enough. Now we've got. I want to say that they're questions. It's more to catch you off guard. It's from former teammates of yours.
Oh gosh.
So I'm gonna say them, and I'll let you guess who said it.
Okay. Is it current? Like.
No, none of them are Sharks. No.
Okay, cool.
So it could be Quins, it could be Bath, it could be Force, it could.
Okay, yeah.
So, first one is, how much could he get it in Guildford?
How much could what?
How much could he get it in Guildford? I don't even know what that.
I don't know what that means. How much could he get it in Guildford?
Yeah, I don't know.
How much could he get it in Guildford?
Do you want to guess who put that in?
No, I don't know who that is.
That was James Chisholm that put that in.
Chisholm. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Okay. No, I know what he. It's just a personal joke that he's got.
Okay.
Oh gosh. No, don't worry about that.
That's fine. You could explain it after recording if you want to. It's all good. That proper caught you off guard there, did it?
No, it's funny. I know what he's on about. Yeah.
Second one, why is your nickname the Turkey?
Is that from Marcus?
It is, yeah. Marcus Smith, yeah.
Jesus. No, that's
Is that
that's I knew it was from the Good Boys. No, that's a thing you explain off camera.
That's fine. No worries. I'll get to know, but everyone else can keep guessing. That's all good.
Yeah. Jesus, that's a hell of a question to have on a podcast.
But the good news is, if we ever get one of your teammates on, we'll message you. And you
100%.
So you're all good. You can get your revenge if need be. We're going to go into getting to know you personally now, Ben. So
Perfect.
Nothing really rugby related.
Awesome.
Favorite film?
Favorite film? I'm a bit old school. Shawshank Redemption.
Classic. Love that.
Classic. Yeah.
If there was a film on your career, who would you have to play Ben Tapuai?
Dwayne Johnson, 100%.
I like that. I like that. Fair enough.
It's got no like looks. Never looked like him, but I just wanted to play with him.
Fair enough. And he's played rugby before, so there you go.
Yeah.
And he's got that Samoan heritage.
Yeah.
It's ticking all the boxes, just not
aesthetic.
So, what would you have the title of your film be? What would you call it?
Jeez. Life on the Road.
I like that. That's good. I like that. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs. I've got a little French bulldog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's
not in Durban. It's currently with my in-laws back in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we named her Vino for obvious reasons. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. If you were to be any animal from the animal kingdom, what would it be and why?
Since being to a few safari parks now, it will be cool to be a lion. Seeing them up close, you can see why they're the king of the jungle. Jesus. Yeah, and just experiencing them, just who they are, and kind of learning what happens out in the wild.
Yeah.
You can definitely see why they're the most feared animal in the jungle. 100%. Yeah.
I've got a follow-up one for you now. It's just because of the animal.
Okay.
Why are they called King of the Jungle when they don't live in the jungle?
Because I think it's just like the jungle being just in my opinion, it would just be like, I don't know, when you put all animals in one bloody thing, you just call it a jungle. But yeah, but you're right. I think that's just probably like how they say it. But that's my version of why they'll say the jungle.
You're the first guest to actually answer that, because we've had a few guests that have said they'd be a lion, King of the Jungle, and I'm like, they don't live in the jungle. And you could just see them get rattled by it. It's just like, what do you mean? I'm like, show me a lion that lives in the jungle.
That's true. I never thought about that. But I was just thinking of like, I don't know what the word is.
I got what you meant.
That's why I said like that, like the jungle being like, yeah.
It's just, you need to go back and watch some like old interviews, and then they say lion, I'm like, but they don't live in the jungle. And you can just see, it's like they never clicked to that. And I'll just ruin their day. I apologize for that, but
Yeah, no, and now they probably wish they didn't do the bloody
Yeah,
podcast.
just totally regret it now. Yeah.
Uh,
Do you have any tattoos?
no, I don't.
Would you
No
ever get
tattoos.
one?
If I did get one, it would be like a traditional Samoan one. But I was raised by my grandparents and my parents, but in Melbourne. So basically, all my family moved from Samoa to Melbourne, which is like a 4 or 5 hour trip. And they settled in Australia. So I think my grandparents, like when I was young, they said if you ever get a tattoo, or a traditional Samoan one, make sure you learn the mother tongue like fluently. I know how to speak Samoan, but what they mean is like in like any, I guess, Samoan traditional stuff. And you know how to speak in front of everyone. There's a certain way how to speak to,
Right.
how to welcome, how to do this, how to do that. And I don't know any of that. So I got taught that when I was really young, at 7, 8. My grandparents taught me that. So I've never been, because I don't know Samoan very, very fluently. I know it fluently, but not like to that extent. I've never gone near a tattoo parlor, or I've never even thought about.
I like that. I like the reasoning as well. I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what you meant. Like the different mannerisms and all. You don't know the.
Yeah.
In
terms of like, if there's like a wedding or a funeral, or like in the Samoan traditional way, like someone will go and speak, and they'll say what they need to say in Samoan, or they'll do. There's like but that to do that, there's a certain way you got to learn. There's a certain way you actually got to go. You actually have to be in Samoa and actually learn that way. And that's pretty much how you get it fluently. So I've only been to Samoa a few times, so like it's not. I'm not going to get a tattoo. Yeah.
Fair enough. I like the reasoning as well. It's a very personal reason, and I love that.
Yeah.
Favorite song or style of music?
Oh, at the moment, I'm really big into Disney because of my kids.
I love that.
So, I'm honestly listening to a lot of Disney. But to be honest, since I guess when I go to different countries and like, I experience like the English culture and what the English listen to, or what UK, like I dive straight into that. And then when I came to South Africa, a lot of boys put on Afrikaans music, and I actually liked some of the beat. And then the Zulu boys put on their music, and I actually like. So actually, like, personally, like before I moved around, I just like old school stuff.
Okay.
Like, so I just whatever is 80s, 90s, I just listen to, that's got a beat.
Nice.
I just listen to it, but like, just recently, like, the Sharks boys, the Zulu boys, they sing before a game.
Oh, cool.
And it's pretty powerful. So I actually sat down with one of them, and he just taught me what the meanings and what the song means and all that stuff. And it's actually pretty cool. Like I love it because it's for me, just like my tattoos is traditional, and I just like to dive into stuff like that and learn about what it means and what the words mean and all that stuff. So it's probably gone off topic to what you asked, but so that's pretty much I guess music means to me as well. It's not just like me listening to old school music. It's just like if I hear something new, then I like to dive into it and see what it's about, why they sing it, and all that stuff too.
You're very well cultured. I've learned that today. You're very well cultured.
I try.
Love that. So what's your favourite Disney song then? Just because you mentioned Disney.
My little boy loves Moana at the moment. It's Moana soundtracks going it's top of the list at the moment in this house.
It's class. My little boy's not into Moana yet. I think my partner's pushing for it because it's one of her favourites. But we're stuck on Cars now. So,
okay, nice.
Yeah, it's good. Cars 2 can go away though. That's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's obsessed with Cars. He's gave Ratatouille a go, but he doesn't quite understand it yet. So
yeah, that's a difficult one. Yeah, my little boy doesn't really get that one as well, but he'll figure it out.
Yeah, need to get one of the classics like Monsters Inc., Toy Story, all that.
100%. Yeah, as they get older.
I think his toys are real and try and catch. He would do all that. He'd definitely fall for that one.
Oh, would he?
What is your dream car? If you could have any car in the world.
A G-Wagon.
G-Wagon. What's that?
It's like I'm a big. So when I was around like London and stuff, it's like just G-Wagon is like the big. It's like by Mercedes. It is almost like a 4-door truck.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That'll be my dream car, but whether I can afford it, that is a different question.
That's very true. What is your favorite style of food or food cuisine?
I love Asian food.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Any specific?
Dumplings, fried rice.
Classic.
Don't know, just anything. Yeah. And chili as well. I love chili.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not together though.
What's that?
Not together though.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't have dumplings, fried rice, and chili, would you? Would you?
Oh no. Just like it's in terms of like if it's like I don't know, like anything to do with like if there was like a pasta or something.
Yeah.
And it had a little bit of chili in it.
Oh, okay.
Love it. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, nice bit of spice to it. I like that.
Yeah.
Favorite pizza topping?
A pizza topping. I don't really eat much pizza. That's it. I don't know.
It's fine. It's all good. If you don't eat much pizza, that's all good.
I don't. Yeah, I don't eat much pizza. Now I'm gonna have pizza now.
Sorry about that.
Now I'm gonna have pizza tonight, and I'll text you.
That's all good. Would you put pineapple on a pizza though?
No, I wouldn't.
Yes. Finally,
I wouldn't.
Become a common theme.
No, that's apparently in the Italian. What do you call it? Italian culture. That is like you would get murdered for that stuff.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you could do.
No, 100%. No,
I remember watching a video, and it was like a big famous YouTuber or whatever.
Yeah.
And he went to the I think it was like a little town in Naples, like where pizza was invented.
Yeah.
And they went, "Would you like free pizza for the whole town?" And they're like, "Yeah, of course." It was Domino's pizza. Nobody touched it because they're like, "That's not real pizza." I'm like, "Shut up and eat it. It's free. Who cares?"
Oh, that's close. That's funny.
I was just like, that's ridiculous. Imagine. So then that made me think, like, imagine if they put like pineapple or something that they wouldn't consider a pizza.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's funny.
It was so bizarre. But Gotta love the old school.
No, 100%.
Do you have any hobbies away from rugby?
I don't have it here, but I do like to play the guitar a bit.
Cool.
I just learnt it just when I was young, just through my uncles and stuff. I think, especially being brought up in a Samoan household, we're very musical, and just like to sing and dance and do stuff like that. So yeah, I do. I don't have one at the moment, but whenever I do see a guitar, I like to dabble on it a bit.
Nice, cool.
And to be honest, mate, kids have taken over my life, so I don't really have much other hobbies than being a dad and kicking the ball around.
Yeah. It's fun though. I can do that. I can do it for you. It's weird when I don't know how old your kids are, but like mine's is 3. When we've got nice weather, he's got a trampoline, and he's like, "Dad, come on the trampoline." I'm too big for that trampoline. It is built children. I cannot get on it.
No, 100%. No, yeah, he's turning 3 next month, my little one. So he's just obsessed with, because he comes to the stadium a few times. Like, he just loves rugby and just loves whatever we do on the field. He tries to imitate and all that stuff. So, which is good, but then I have to get involved as well. So busy.
That's the rules. You have to get involved.
Yeah, busy times. Yeah, so
it's great because my little one will run with the rugby ball in hand and all that.
Yeah,
but if I'm making videos or messaging guests about coming on, he's like, "Oh no, Daddy's working," and I'm like, "What does Daddy do for work?" He's like, "Daddy works for rugby." I'm like, "I don't, but we'll call it that."
Yeah, I'll take that.
And you think, I don't know, it's funny because there was a Champions Cup game. I think it was like Gloucester versus Leinster. Now that's nowhere near me. That's a good 7-hour drive. My dad picked him up about half an hour before the game kicked off. My dad watched it on TV, and my little boy told my dad I was at that game. I was like, "Oh, I made good time then. If you think made it in half an hour instead of 7 hours, perfect. I love
that." Perfect. No, yeah. Kids' imaginations are amazing. They just
it's brilliant. I wish I had that imagination.
No, yeah.
Some of it I'm just like, what are you on about?
No, 100%. Oh, that's cool. No,
so what's the favorite apart from taking them to the rugby? What's the kids like to do that you have to do as well then?
So sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, so and without obviously the kids like going to the rugby with you. Away from that, what do they like to do that you kind of have to do as well?
So I think it's just whatever. He's like glued to my hip whenever he sees me. So if he loves riding his bike just around the roads here, and then that bike turns into leave the bike down, and then if he sees a playground, we go into the playground.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying at the playground that there's like 2 or 3 other boys there, just so that, or else he'll come back and it'll be like, he just says, race me, which means chase him. And I'm just like, oh gosh, don't know if I can do that after the big day at work, but yeah, I just have to do it. I'd have to do it if no one's around. So no, he's a very active little boy. He just loves being outdoors. And because I'm not a gamer. I don't have any. I've never been in, like excited about PS5s, all that stuff. So, I think that's why he's probably like just wants to go outside if there's nothing to do at home, or if he's not watching Moana. He just sees the sun, sees the grass, and he's just like, "Come on, let's go." I'm like, cool, let's go then.
Yeah. Okay. Do I have to? But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, but it's cool. It's cool. It's a cool thing being a dad.
Absolutely. It wouldn't change. It's challenging. They keep you on your toes. You wouldn't change it.
No, 100%. 100%.
So, what is your favorite post-match drink? And I mean, like on the socials, you and the boys have had a big win. You're out on the town. What are you drinking?
Yeah. Over here, they've got Castle Light,
Okay.
just a beer.
Yeah.
I just love a good cold beer.
Classic.
If it's not straight from like the bottle, I do like to go to a bar and get it like a draft.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any
Love a
specific
beer.
beer that you like, or just all beer?
Yeah. So in South Africa, they got the Castle Lights, which is like the main kind of drink around South Africa, and it's bloody nice after a hot day as well.
I bet it is.
So yeah, that's probably my drink at the moment.
What did you drink at Quinn's?
Oh gosh, I can't even remember. It was just beers. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember it was just beers.
That's good.
What do I forgot now. No, I can't remember.
It's all good, don't worry.
Yeah. I can't
No
remember
worries.
what the beers on tap.
I'm jealous now. I love that. What is the best advice you were ever given?
Oh, probably from I guess just probably from just an old coach, just to back yourself. I think especially when I when you go through like different seasons of you're in form, and then you go out of form, and then you start to especially when you go out of form, it's hard to try and get back on the horse again. So probably the best advice was just to back yourself, because I guess what am I trying to say? Like if you don't get picked, say you don't get picked week in, week out, I guess that's only one man's opinion. There's a lot of people that will still back you elsewhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So just keep backing yourself, and you kind of tend to. It's easy to say now, but you kind of tend to forget it once you get into that. I guess what I call a slump, when you get into that form, because there are long seasons, and that's probably one thing that I've learned from moving to the UK as well. Into South Africa, because when I was playing Super Rugby, it was more like a sprint. You started in February and it finishes in May, June. So you didn't have long to. You just had to get it right.
Yeah.
But obviously in the URC and in the Premiership, it was you start in September and you finish in June. Yeah. So you could be in form all the way up until Christmas or January, but you're only halfway through the season. So you got to try and stay motivated and all that stuff towards the end of the season.
That's fair. That's fair. Final question for you today, Ben. One thing you'd like to be remembered for? Could be just in life as well. It doesn't have to be as a rugby player.
Yeah, I think well, just that easygoing guy to, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just an easygoing guy, just a good bloke.
I think you're a good bloke. I could vouch for that.
Yeah, I think a lot of you can get the perception of, like, if you say you play rugby, you could be just turned. You does that mean you chucked into this pool of like rugby players, and then everyone's got different opinions about what a rugby player is. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I just like to just to be remembered by just being a good bloke. Easy going bloke. Yeah.
I think you're a good bloke. So there you go.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Well, the book is now closed, Ben, and you've absolutely smashed it. I cannot thank you enough for agreeing to come on and chat with me.
No, thank you very much for having me. It was always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I'm glad.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, even though you've played for so many clubs, you're not our first for any of them. I think you're our first red, actually. I'll give you that. I think you're our first Queensland red.
There you go.
So there you go. But we've had a Shark, we've had a Quinn, we've had
Who'd you have on? Who'd you have on when you had the Quins?
Quins, we've had Chris Robshaw. We had Chris Robshaw.
Lovely. Okay, lovely.
One of the clubs is up in Bath. We had Josh Bayless on from Bath.
Oh yeah, nice.
Western Force, we had, I'm trying to think now, Richard Kahui and Byron Ralston before he signed for Connacht. And Sharks, we had Walter Chamberlain.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Henry.
Yeah, that baffled me. I generally thought his name was Boffer. Until halfway through the interview, but oh well.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you so much for coming on, and
awesome, bud.
Anytime.
Legend. Thanks, mate.
This has been the final whistle with Ben Tapuai, and we'll see you next time.